sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the New York Jets. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here, game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
On first down, Hines, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. They run with Hines, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. And his kick here is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play action with Wilson. On the move to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson. Flush to his right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
That catch good for only a couple.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
On play action, they'll throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Yeah, the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Extra point up and through. And the lead grows to 10-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Being chased out left, and he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point safely through, and the lead is down to a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Hines. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about...
And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. But a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Ty Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. John Franklin Myers. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a... Jet touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Jets 21, Patriots 10. Brayton hands the kickoff for the Jets.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. They'll roll him out right. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
It's taken to the 26. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a handoff. Johnson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Davidson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. No problem there on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Man to kick off for the Jets.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the... In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. after the sack. It'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll check this down to Johnson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Here's Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's the Jets punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Throwing, Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Jones. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 48 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. This is Hines. That's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
2nd and 14. From the gun, Jones. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they're going to have a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that. things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Wilson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
They go play action now. Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Patriots 10. Great man to kick off for the Jets.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. England with a first down as they begin the drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Hines. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Going for the deep ball. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right on the 30. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. The extra point up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Patriots 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off.
And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Elijah Moore. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The point after is good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Jets 49. Patriots 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. 3 yards the gain there, second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. They go play action with Wilson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Check three.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Wilson wants to throw it. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. We're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work an exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Now Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. So this is just an exercise in futility. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos